Right. Well, sorry about that. If you've lost us there, we unfortunately got kicked out just before the start of the race. We are trying to join back in though. I'm not too sure if the same guys are in the session. The race is in progress, it says. So let's get involved. And Aaron, I will try to invite you back in now. Sorry, buddy. You do have one. Excellent. We missed the start. Boom! Right, we're in spectator mode and we're back up and running. And let's get everything we need up. So let's get the track map up. Let's get the proper telemetry. Safety car. Okay, so safety car lap one. Looks like we didn't miss much. Ah, what did I say? What did I say? If Mogi has a bad race, he might be on for Italy. And where is he? Oh, sorry, you're not in yet. He's 19th. That's where he is. Anywho. Right. Granty Boy comes into the pits, from what I can see. A lot of people coming into the pits. He's sling on the hards, I think. Yes. So we'll let the grid sort of reshuffle. Obviously, let everyone rejoin under the safety car. What's that? That's going to be like 7 drivers that haven't pit? No, 6. So only 6 drivers that haven't pit. Ooh, something like that. Yep. Boom. And he's got the mediums on as well, so he's pit. So that's a good position so far for that man there in the hats. So the field seemed to be sort of split here on what tyre to go for. I think we've got majority of the field have gone for the hards if they're pitting at this point, but a couple have braved it on the mediums. We've got Preston Mixer, Chatty Duck, Lawson, the Hound. If Willis has pit, I don't think he has pit though. Let's have a little look. What's the pit stop situation? So actually the Hound, ZGS and Willis all started on the medium tyre, so disregard that. So the 3 who have pit for the medium tyre are Preston Mixer, Lawson and Chatty Duck. Everyone else on the hards. How much of a lead did Granty Boy have then to pit and still come out in 3rd? Yeah, we missed that. Oh, it's frustrating. We race on, we troop on. So safety car's going around for another lap here, so this is going to knock another lap off the race, unfortunately. We've already missed one, and we're missing the next 2. So never mind. ZGS decides to dive into the pits in the end. Doesn't want to take the risk on those medium tyres. Once we get to the restart, and he's going to sling on the softs by the looks of things. Interesting. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a tight one. So we should wait. Say next race up is Italy, a track that we're quite fond of. So looking for a lot more action there. Yeah, I had a bad time at Italy, but what can you say? I race hard. I think you had a good. I think you had a very good time. You did, yeah. Yep. Did you just call the safety car a little bitch? How do you feel Bert Mylander feels about that? That's his office. It's because you called him a little bitch. Darren Jacobs giving it the big one. Let's not gloss over you're a Dolphins fan. And what fan? What? You're going to tell me you're a Patriots fan or something, but Tom Brady's gone and not good anymore. Cam Newton. Oh man, if only we could still cheat. Giants will go home. Wow, that's worse. Should have said that. Big skin thrown indeed. Just do yourself a favour, Aaron. Just Google Daniel Jones. He's the Giants QB. He looks like some sort of random... Oh, spin! Sorry, we should probably concentrate on the race. Landon spins on the restart, so clearly not got his tyres up to temperature. And there's another spin as he tries to get back on track as well. Rejoins a bit hastily, so Landon all the way down to 15th there on those soft tyres. He's straight into the pits. So let's get back on board with NUFC fan Liam then, who leads this race on his 3-lap-old softs, but in reality, probably only worth 1 lap of wear at the moment, considering that he's been under the safety car for 2 of those 3 laps. He's already got close competition from Granty Boy, and he's going to have to pit, of course, Granty Boy on the hards. So this is played very much into his hands. James Punt and Trem going at it seems, down this long straight. And he's also got Albert joining in for company, and Patterson as well, with the Hound. The Hound is about to eat some chickens, I don't know. It's tight between James Punt and the Hound there. Someone's ghosting, because that certainly shouldn't happen. Who's ghosting? Can't really work out by looking at them. I was like, oh, they're about to make contact. But, yeah. Oh, what happened with Patterson there? He had to sort of cede the position, I think, because he gave it straight back to Albert. Riding on board with Trem at the moment, because he's having a right good look at the Hound again. I think it is James Punt that is ghosting, it seems. So using that to his full benefit there to get the overtake done on the Hound. Trem on the hards, the Hound on the medium, so he's on the faster compounder tyre. It's interesting, different lines they all took through that final corner as well. That was a bit odd. Oh, but he's gone a little bit wide there as well. Yeah. So he's going to lose that time. Yep. So this is looking like a solid outing so far for the Hash driver on his first race with the SlyDog Racing League. Although he is yet to pit. Trem's tries to send it round the inside there, very close. But Hound is brave enough to stick with it and finds himself still in 6th position, heading down the first of these 2 very long straights here at the Yas Marina circuit. So James Punt and Willis going for a little ding-dong as well there, but again, James Punt is still ghosting. I don't know if that's a connection issue or what, but... Well, we're riding on board with Albert then, because he is getting very close to catching the 2 aforementioned drivers, Trem and the Hound, as we come round the final sector here in Abu Dhabi. Hound sends it a little bit wide, spins, and we got a great view of that from Albert's view, and that's the commentator's going to striking again there for you, I think. So he was having a good start. So James Punt has gone into the pits, and I don't know if this is to do with his connection issues because he was ghosting. Might be drive-through penalty, serving his drive-through penalty. That's what it was. So unfortunately, that knocks him all the way down to 16th place. Work to do for the Mercedes driver. Albert is now really close to passing Trem. Will he be able to get the roll in here? He'll have the DRS going down this main straight. But I think Trem will have DRS as well because he is still fairly close to Willis. But it looks like the gap is going to be just that too big to close up by the time they get to the braking zone here. Trem didn't get DRS off of that actually, so Albert has made up some time there. This is another long straight coming up, and you saw Trem have a little wobble out of there, so this might be enough with DRS for Albert. His wing is open, so he does have that extra bit of speed. Again, it's just not enough. Not enough. Oh, he has a big wobble there, and that's going to open it off for Patterson. Patterson and Trem collide, and Patterson goes off of the pitch. I was about to say pitch then, track. And unfortunately, that's, I don't know, Patterson maybe a bit eager to make the move. Didn't see Trem coming back onto the line. Tough one. We've got a bit of Ferrari on Ferrari action upcoming. I think Chatty Duck and Preston Mixer very close to each other indeed, and Chatty Duck will be eager to try and get past his Ferrari teammate to show what pace he's got around here. Oh, Preston Mixer sends it deep there. I think it's going to be close. DRS down here as well, probably for Chatty Duck. Yep, he's going to have it. Does Preston Mixer have DRS? They both have it, yep, because they're both within a second of the car in front. And it looks like contact between the two of them there. And that's opened the door for Lawson as well on Chatty Duck, who's now side by side with him and takes ninth position, it seems. And now he's going to get a good run on Preston Mixer as well. So a little bit of in-team fighting there. We've seen that before from Ferraris, but not quite on this esports league. Good things. Yeah. Ooh. I was going to say, he had a baby and he still managed to race, but, you know, moving house. Oh, retired. Oh, that's going to take away a decent grid position as well, isn't it? Because it's a DNF. Gutted. Sorry, I was on with Lawson there because Lawson has kept up the pace here and he's really putting Preston Mixer under it. But obviously we've had the virtual safety car because of Mogi's incident. So we're going to have to wait for this battle to resume, but it was getting quite close between these two. Virtual disaster. Can't even get nachos. Well, we've seen Joseph Moraldos, who's actually keeping pace with Grunter Boy, it seems, on these 7 lap old softs. But Joseph does have to pit still. So those are the tyres he started the race on. They've got to be sort of getting towards the end of their life now. And as I say that, he goes into the pits. So good work there from the Alfa Romeo driver. So does NUFC fan Liam. And I think that might be our 2 remaining drivers who haven't pit yet. No, Willis as well. Willis as well. Yep, so... We shall see. So we are currently over the halfway point on this race, and we've got a potential of a Red Bull podium here, 1-3. There's a. I was going to say this. You've got to look at this pack behind Trem, Wheeler, Preston, Mixer, Lawson, Chatty Duck. That's a close race at the moment. You can see Lawson and the two Ferraris almost going 3 wide there into that. Oh, cracking bit of racing there. Chatty Duck is going to be always tight. And is it Wheeler? Wheeler's getting pressured now from Chatty Duck as well. So let's ride on board with Chatty Duck because he's going to be looking to take 4th place here and then start challenging the Red Bull of Trem for a podium. Wheeler has to back out in the end and cede the position not only to Chatty Duck but to Lawson as well. Lawson tries to go up the inside there but again has to back out to avoid the contacts. And now you've got Wheeler and Lawson going side by side around these final couple of turns. Joseph Morados looks to get the jump there on Wheeler as well and finds himself into 6th. So cracking lap there from these 5 or 6 drivers involved in that big fracas, let's call it. Something should be said as well. Penalty for Lawson, 3-second penalty, so that could be important come the end of the race. Preston Mix has dropped massively down the order, now finds himself in 10th considering he was running side by side with Chatty Duck. Now 11th, I think he's got wing damage. He is missing his right end plate, is Preston Mixer, so that's what you saw go flying. Joseph Morados, making the move on Lawson on this fresh set of mediums with the DRS. Lawson is a sitting duck down here and finds himself in 6th now. And he is hunting down Chatty Duck for that 4th position. Meanwhile, this battle is benefiting the likes of Trem and Albert, who've been able to pull out Trem a 2.5 lead over Chatty Duck at the moment, and Albert a 2.5 himself over Trem. So looks like Granty Boy has almost got the win sewn up here, 22nd lead ahead of Albert, but the 2 guys still vying for podium positions just behind him are still very much catchable. And you can see Chatty Duck has closed the gap already. He's down to 1.4, 1.3, so he is steadily taking time off of the lead that Trem built. Absolutely. So this could end up being a 5-way battle for the final podium positions if D. Lawson get involved as well, but mainly 4-way between Albert, Trem, Chatty Duck and Joseph Morados. It looks like Albert is now pulling out a decent sort of 3-second gap over Trem, because Trem's going to maybe get caught up in this battle in a minute. Chatty Duck locks up going into that corner. Riding on board with... Ooh. Absolutely. So yeah, not only does he need to stay in the lead, he needs to try and pull 3 seconds on these guys, which is looking more and more difficult considering he's on those hard tyres. And he's got Chatty Duck on the mediums. Chatty Duck going to go for a move down the inside here in the DRS zone. Nice and easy on those medium tyres with the DRS. And now Joseph Morados on the fresher medium tyres will get his chance down here as well, I should think. But Trem is going to have DRS to defend with this time. Will he be able to keep the Alfa Romeo driver behind him? It looks like he's going to have no problem doing that down this straight, but he does need to watch himself in some of these corners because, as you said, Aaron, it is getting a little bit wobbly for Trem there. Yeah, we'll see if we can see it here. Yeah, there's a little wiggle there as come out of that one. He missed that apex completely. Might have cost him not a second or two, a couple of tenths, but so far he's doing well to keep Joseph Morados behind him. Looks like he's going for the aggressive defensive moves wherever he can and just taking away the obvious. A bit of a rundown, but he's still holding the position. He's still doing well, but you feel like if he's going to strike, it's going to be on this lap. No. But yeah, absolutely. Joseph Murados on those medium tyres as well, fresher medium tyres, will want to try and get through Trem to put the pressure on Chatty Duck, I think, and try and pressure him for that third position. But at the moment, he just can't get through. Oh, he's going to try and move here. It was a bit late, but he's going to give the position back. And oh, contact! NUFC fan Liam out of nowhere with the RKO. And he's just taken Joseph Murados down to 10th place. So here comes the papaya weapon to ruin your day. No, I'm joking. It was a close move. I didn't see him. I was riding on board with Joseph Murados. And now NUFC fan Liam is really having a go to see if he can get past Trem and nail down this 4th place finish. We should say it's a good result so far for Red Bull as well to have both drivers running in the top 5 at the moment. So solid work there from both Granty Boy, of course, and Trem. Granty Boy's gone on for the soft tyre, it looks like, to try and get this fastest lap nailed down. Looks like he's not going to have a problem there. Is he currently fastest, or let's have a look. No, Leonard Cam's currently got the fastest lap. So yeah, this is him trying to seal that extra point and really assert his dominance here in what has been another dominating display. Chatty Duck, sorry, and Albert, it should be mentioned, having a good battle for 2nd place. That sort of snuck up on me. So this is a lap to go here, and this is the battle for 2nd. Chatty Duck really has turned up the pace here in the final part of this race, and what looked like was a clean and secure 2nd place for Albert has now turned into a drastic defensive move on this final lap for him. So let's keep an eye on that position. NUFC fan Liam does get the move done on Trem as well, so finds himself in 4th currently. Will Trem be able to answer back with a lap to go? Not so sure. We'll have to keep an eye on that position as well. So I think let's ride on board with Chatty Duck as we head round here and cross the timing line for the final time this evening and make their way on the final lap here. So Albert just needs to keep it together. He's on the hard tyres, so he's on the slower tyre here. So he just needs to be clever. They're both on the same amount of laps on their tyres, 11 laps, but Chatty Duck will have a slight advantage here. Although actually, that being said, it might be Albert who has the slight advantage. He's got the harder wearing tyre. He might just have that little bit more grip at this stage. Yep. Albert's been able to manage the tyres a lot better in the last couple of laps, although he's having a go at him now inside on the DRS, and it looks like he's got the move done, but that's not going to be all of the work done because Albert's going to have a chance to respond here. But Chatty Duck's a cracking exit out of there, and he's pulled a very good gap, which is going to make it very difficult for Albert to close down, even with the DRS. And we can see there Albert having to go quite late on the brakes to try and make that gap up, but you know, bar any major instance here, I think we're going to be seeing the order as it is. Albert really struggling wide out of that corner, and I think that's going to be his chance gone to try and take 2nd place back, as Chatty Duck now almost goes out by a second on the Racing Point driver. Little wobble there. Wibble wobble. But it looks like it's going to be pretty safe. We should say Granty Boy has already crossed the line to take the race win here. Chatty Duck coming around the final corner now. No issues there. He's going to take a well-deserved 2nd. Brilliant drive from him there. And Albert takes a 3rd place. NUFC fan Liam has done well to get 4th there. And Trem finds himself in 5th, rounding out a very good evening so far for the Red Bull boys. Lawson drops down to 7th with his penalties. So again, McLaren drivers having a solid evening there. 4th and 7th. Wheeler finishes 6th. Osborne 7th. Osborne 8th. James Punt in 9th position. Rounding out the top 10 is Butters Only 2/10 back from James Pond. That was quite close in the end, but I think that might have been penalties that played a part there. And that makes up the final running order. So apologies for missing the start of that race. Really not too sure what happened. We'll do some investigating at SlyDog Towers. But it's been quite an entertaining race, considering it's a track I really hate and despise. Oh, it said Chatty Dog. I can't remember where they started. I think I need to see where they were on the grid before I make that decision. A little bit. I'm. Who did you say? You said Albert. I'm gonna second that. Yeah, I'm gonna second that. I slagged him off for his qualifying lap, so at least I can do is give him driver of the day. We kind of missed ZGS's DNF, didn't we? But we saw Mogi's first hand. Yeah, all to do for those guys. Joseph's going to get a cracking shot here, though, because he was keeping pace for a lot of that race with Granty Boy, and he's going to be on pole in the next race. We're desperate for it, aren't we? We're desperate for some fresh blood. Yeah, definitely. I need to use the little boys' room. So, seconded. Okay, we're going to take a little break before the next race starts. We'll be right back with the next race for you. Well, I'm back. Aaron, you there? Good fag? Oh, man. And them came in with diggers and ting. Wow. Every time I explain a confusing situation, I get a freckle. As he's standing in a Hummer dealership trying to explain. um, oh yeah, I forgot about that. You're doing 2 beers. See, I'm still not doing 2 beers because fat man and I need to lose weight. So the beer isn't going to help that, is it? Although I lost 3.5 pounds this week. Yeah, man. Yeah, you skinny as shit. Not like a child that accidentally found a Harley. Usually start ordering more takeaways. Anyways, what's beer number 2 saying, Aaron? Badger. Anyways. Cracking. Sorted. Although I think Chuckle Vision was pretty strong. Yeah. Don't you think beer descriptions are getting a bit poncy? Hmm. Nope. Beery taste. Beery taste. And the verdict? Is it pear drop? Is that what you're getting? Ooh. Yeah. Oh man, Mr. Badger's gonna fuck you up. You know what is? It's just a standard beer. If you were going to a pub and order a beer, do you reckon is that what they'd give you? Is that the best way to describe it? If you just said, "I have a beer," the most beerest beer you've got. Fuck are we talking about? Aaron, give us a rating. A 4. Ooh. Well, that's poor. That's poor, that is. Won't be drinking any Badgers. Let's get back to a bit of F1 talk then. So it was announced today that they're going to be trialling 3 races this year and new qualifying format. So qualifying will take place on the Friday after FP1 in the normal format, and then on Saturday you'll have a 100-kilometre sprint race to set the grid for Sunday. And how do you feel about that, Aaron? I do, I think. Yes. Hmm. Yeah. No, I mean I like the idea of it. You then get you get 3 competitive sessions throughout the weekend, and you get one on a Friday. I mean, you can come home from work and watch the highlights, or if you're lucky enough to be available at that time, watch it whilst at work. And then, you've got the Saturday, you've got a race to look forward to. And think about that, if they do it on a weekend when you've got an F2 race as well, that's so much racing. So I need to get into that. You told me this year I need to start following it and getting into that. Cool. We should say there's been a correction in the order to the start of this race. So Joseph Morados, we were confused as to why he was ended up at the back of the grid, because he wasn't quite at the end of the back of the grid. Sorry, when we finished that last race, it turns out he was having connection issues. He does find himself, rather than where he thought he would be on pole, he finds himself the opposite end of the grid in 19th. So not too sure what's happened there, but a correction to be made. It's Wolsey who finds himself in pole position, and our newcomer for the evening, the Hound, finds himself second. Good luck, Stephen Chapman, on your second race, starting in second place. That can't be bad, but see how you get on. We've then got Preston Mixer, who unfortunately fell to the wayside a little bit at the end of that race after having a very close battle with his teammate and D. Lawson throughout the majority of that race. And then Leonard Camden had a spin on the safety car restart, as you remember. He was going quite well. He finds himself in fourth. So quite a few quick drivers up there. Patterson in sixth. We've seen his name mentioned quite a few times. Osborne, who was looking quite good towards the end of that race as well, finds himself in ninth. Granty Boy's in 16th, so he's not quite got the whole field to go through. But we all know he's capable of demolishing the field, even when he starts in a position as low as 16th. So he's just got to stay out of trouble here, and he's going to have plenty of passing opportunities at Monza. So, obviously, this track, with it being the Templar Speed, it's all about the exit out of the slow corners. It's all about making sure you get the perfect exit, so that on those straights you have the speed and you have the pace, really, to make sure A, you're not overtaken, and B, you can do the overtaking when it counts, because you've got so much straight round here. Even the big curve in Sector 1 is basically a straight because you take it flat out. So it's just making sure that out of those slow chicanes and out of those right-handers of the Lesmo corners that you get the best exit possible. As we get ready... Don't take that shot. Anyways, 5 lights are on. We're watching from Wolsey at the moment, and we are away here in Monza, and it looks to be a safe start so far, but it can all go horribly wrong at turn number 1 in Italy, as we all know. Got to get the braking point just right here, otherwise it could be a bit of a pile-up with cars running deep and wide. There's already contact. There is contact between the Haas and a Mercedes as well. Not quite a red flag. I don't think anyone's out the race, but there was certainly contact. VSC, bits of wing flying everywhere. Wolsey's done well though. He's in first, and he's got a 2-second lead, but virtual safety car is out. Look at the... Yes, the Hound had a massive spin. Butters is the big winner, but he has got a penalty. Let's see what that penalty is for the Renault. He's got a 5-second penalty, as has Lawson. That's going to be some sort of collision, unfortunately, under the virtual safety car. Trem, cracking start. He's had a few good starts recently in the Thursday League, and he's... So it should be said, we are back under racing conditions now. Green flags all over the track, and you can see that damage there to the Red Bull's front wing. So Wolsey finds himself with a 2-second lead to start the race. And further down the order, Albert's had a good start as well with a 5-second gain there on the opening lap. So this midfield, we've got quite a lot of damage. We can see there's a Mercedes there. That's James Punt with a lot of damage to his wing. He's going to have to come into the pits and get that sorted. So Trem comes in as well. We'll see for anyone else diving into the pits. Not at the moment. But Granty Boy all of a sudden finds himself in 7th, so he's got a good shout here by staying out of trouble. Willis, that is. Willis has lost a bit of wing as well, I think, and he got a penalty for corner cutting. So not gone well at all there. Sorry, the whole field is just resetting at the moment, so apologies for this. Wolsey is still in the lead, I believe, so he is, yep, and he's got the 2 Renaults behind him. Patterson and Butters, who are chasing each other very closely indeed. Get the pit stops up. That was Willis in the Racing Point, who just come off the circuit there. There we go, we get the interval times back on the screen so we can start looking at where the close battles are. We've got NUFC fan Liam trying to hold off the previous race winner Granty Boy, but is also trying to make a move on his McLaren teammate as he head down into the Parabolica. He's going to have the inside line here. He's going to need Lawson to give him some room, and he's got that, but it's left the door wide open for Granty Boy if he can get a good exit here, and he's going to try and get the toe off of NUFC fan Liam down here, breaks out to make the move, and he's just got the pace there going down into turn 1. Now it's going to matter who's latest on the brakes. They are almost side by side here. Granty Boy with the inside line into turn 1 does get the move done on the 2 McLarens, and just like that, after 2 corners, he is up into 7th place. Retired in the pits there. He's not had a good start at all, so commiserations to the Racing Point driver. His Racing Point teammate, however, Albert, finds himself in 5th. He has had a cracking start to the race. If we take a look at the position change information, he's currently up 9 places. So good start there from the Racing Point driver. Granty Boy takes another victim. That's Osborne off the list. He's only got another 5 to go before he's in the lead, and we're only on lap 3. So this is looking positive for Granty Boy, keeping up the streak and keeping the streak alive, it should be said. NUFC fan Liam gets a move done on Osborne. Ooh, they're going to be having some choice words for each other, I should imagine. It's going back and forth here between Osborne and NUFC fan Liam. Osborne gets the run on him with the DRS, heading down the main start-finish straight, and will have the lead going into turn 1 here. So 4 laps gone, plenty of position changes. No full safety car yet, but we have had a virtual safety car. Lawson's gone into the pits. Granty Boy is now right on the heels of his former Racing Point teammate from last year. That's Albert, as they come round the 2 right-handers of the Lesmo corners. Again, like we said, it's about who gets the best exit out here. They both have DRS, but it looks like Granty has just got a little bit more pace, and he's going to have the inside line and get the move done going on into the Ascari chicane, and he's straight away onto the heels of Landcam, and he's probably going to get the move done down here as well, because that was a cracking... looked like a cracking exit there. Landcam on the medium tyres as well, so he's got a tyre advantage over the Mercedes driver, but no, he's going to have to tuck in behind for the Parabolica. Was that a little bit of contact there? Little bit of contact there. But nevertheless, Granty lives on. I'm not too sure if he's got wing damage there at all from that little bit of contact. Doesn't look like it, but we shall see if that hampers him at all. He's got 2 seconds now to make up before he's going to be anywhere near Butters. And it should be said Patterson has closed down the gap to Wolsey as well. He's now only 7/10 off the Alfa Romeo driver. So Patterson is looking like he's going to be the driver to beat for Granty Boy if he wants to take the race win here. Yep, so gets the move done on Lesmo 1 and seals it coming out of Lesmo 2 as Wolsey again has a difficult exit there. And he's currently steaming away from him, although Wolsey with the DRS is going to try and have a little fight back going into the Ascari chicane. Just don't want any last minute moves here because we saw plenty of instants here when we raced on the Thursday Night League. A couple of involving myself. I was involved in one of them situations. Not anymore. Granty Boy's just got the move done on the Parabolica on Butters there, so it's just steaming through him, isn't he? He's just like they're not there, some of them. Although Butters is fighting back with the DRS. Oh no, Grant has the DRS in here because he was behind Butters going into the start-finish straight, so brilliant work from the reigning champion of the SlyDog Racing League. Osborne and Chatty Duck are having a good go at it. Osborne's gone really wide there and he's opened the door for Joseph Murados, who was neatly filled in that 7th place gap that he left. So well done to the Alfa Romeo driver. Joseph Murados started from back, at the back of the grid, and he's already up to 7th. So this is looking like a cracking drive from Joseph. Brilliant work so far. Absolutely. We've got Albert who's hunting down Butters now as well. He's trying to possibly get himself in the mix for another podium here is Albert. He got 3rd in the last race, which was a cracking result and deserved driver of the day as well. But he's got a bit of chasing down to do if he wants to take another podium here. Now a 2.5 back. Butters is keeping up with Granty Boy. It's looking a bit close here between these two, and this could all be playing into the benefit of Patterson in all honesty, because Granty Boy hasn't been able to pull clear of Butters yet, and he's still having to worry about the threat from behind. Like we all worry. Yep, it's going to be a lot more difficult for Butters to be within attacking range now, as we see Granty Boy is straight onto the rear end of Wolsey and DRS down here. You do fear that Wolsey might be sitting back out of this corner, and there it is, there's the move done. Granty Boy is ahead, heading down into the Ascari chicane, and he's only got one more driver to get ahead of, and that is Patterson. He's got a 2.5 second gap at the moment, and we've got to be thinking about pit stops fairly soon as well, because they've all done 6 laps on these soft tyres so far. So if you want to get the best out of the mediums, maybe time to start thinking about coming in. Safety car, it should be said. Safety car is on the track, so this could be perfect timing for a pit stop. And as the field is coming round, it looks like pretty much everyone, I should think, will be diving into the pits now. So we'll see an exact reset, although this could lead to a bit of double stacking. We see Joseph Murados and Wolsey both in the pits at the same time. Patterson and Butler as well, and you can see Joseph Murados Joseph Murados hasn't had to wait too long. He had a little bit of a delay before his tyre men got going. But the most importantly, Patterson finds himself back in first place, Granty Boy in second, Wolsey in third, and Albert in fourth, Joseph Murados in fifth. Butters seemed to have fallen down the order a fair bit there. So he's probably the biggest loser out of this, because Patterson got in the pits first. And as I say, it looks like most of the field has come in and made this pit stop under the safety car. Very few at the back, so I think that's Trem and James Punt that haven't made the stop under the safety car, although they had already made a stop early on. What tyres are they on? They're on the mediums as well, so they're 5-lap-old mediums. They're still going to be struggling to get through the field. Did we see what the safety car was for? I don't think we got a look at that in the end, did we? Why are they making the speculation? Yeah, I'd say one more lap. I think we would have had the safety car coming in by now. The message from race control, if that were the case, because we've still got NUFC Fan Liam and ZGS to catch up to the pack. So ZGS should be able to get that done on this lap, barring any major incidents. So yeah, it's been an entertaining race so far, hasn't it? Loads of position changing, and we've seen the masterclass from Granty again. But you know, can he get past Patterson? Patterson's been very strong in his first couple of races here in the SlyDog Racing League, and he's shown that he has got pace. Does he have the pace around here though? Can he stop the formidable Granty boy? It really is the Verstappen Mercedes sort of. I say Mercedes because he's got both of them to fight. He's not getting any help from his teammate. No, I'm joking. That's harsh. Yeah, no, it could be tight. It could be a tight finish here. I mean, Granty Boy's certainly got the pace to get the move done. It looks like ZGS has jumped into the pits again, so I don't know if he's retiring or what's going on there. Must be retiring from the race, but I should think either way, we are going to get the safety car coming in this lap, and we're going to have a frantic 4 laps round the Temple of Speed to round off what has been a very entertaining evening indeed. Again, apologies early on for the issue with the connection. That wasn't, I don't think it was my connection. I think we just had a glitch with the game. But the racing since then has been very entertaining to watch. Plenty of incidents, plenty of daring moves being done by these drivers out here, and certainly giving us our money's worth at the halfway point. So no, we might only get a lap of it. So everyone frantically trying to warm up tyres, you can see there, and we've seen this go wrong before, where someone just getting a little bit hasty on it. I think Patterson might have gone early there, has he? Has he gone? He's going to have to... No, he's going to have to slow down, because otherwise he's going to catch the safety car. And there we go, now he's gone. Or has he? He's still back in the field up. He's finally gone. Well, that was a bizarre restart. Albert gets the move done on Wolsey. Mogi makes up a position on Joseph Murado straight off the restart, but it is going to be Patterson leading into turn 1 here, and he's going to have to keep Granty Boy at bay for at least another 3 laps. We'll ride on board, I think, with Albert for the moment. We've got a Ferrari off. That is Chatty Duck that's fallen right down the order there. So unfortunately for him... Oh, I'll tell you who's running in full, Farron. Oh, Uber pending. Uber pending. Get that pre-order in. So we'll ride on board with Granty then, because this is going to be the battle we've wanted to see. Can he get the move done here with 3 laps to go? Straight away, he's gaining a fair bit of pace on the Renault driver. You saw the start of that straight, it was about 7/10. He's got it down to 5 coming out of the Ascari chicane, and he seems to be getting those exits absolutely perfect here to maximise his speed down these straights. Patterson, you saw braking to the right to try and break the toe. Leonard Cam has DNF, and that looks like he's maybe got the power down a bit too early out of the Ascari chicane there, because he has DNF'd and right on the exit. We'll ride on board with Chatty Duck then to see if we can get a look, and I don't think it's a safety car we've got here. I think it is just Chatty Duck being quite cautious, and there you can see it on the right hand side, Leonard Cam just getting caught out there by the wall. So Granty Boy is still behind Patterson as we come round for the sort of 3rd to go lap. Yeah, we're at lap 11 and 13, so we've got 11, 12, 13. He's going to be having a good look at Patterson once we get to the braking zone here, but Patterson needs to make sure he maximises his exit, and you can see there where Granty Boy has immediately made up the time, just taking a better line through that chicane. Patterson goes a little bit tighter to that corner, but again sends it a bit wide, dips into the gravel. This is where it's going to be costly potentially, because it's the exit out of here where you can make up a lot of time heading down into that final chicane, and you don't want to be under pressure going into this. Absolutely, you don't want to be pressure. Yeah, it's about point 0.5, which is where we were at this point on the last lap. So good driving from Patterson. And this is going to be tight. It's going to be a tight finish. Mogi as well, by the way, is right on the heels of Albert heading into the final couple of laps here. So we've got two great battles to keep an eye on. We'll keep you on board with Granty Boy, though, I think, as DRS has now been enabled. So he's going to get 2 laps with the DRS to try and get the overtake done here. At the moment, Patterson defending for his life, and he's doing pretty well at it. But Granty, you know, he's getting so close in these chicanes and these tight turns. Ooh. About a foot long distance. Maybe a 6-inch. It's so tight going into Lesmo 1, and you see Patterson maybe dip a wheel onto the grass there, but he's holding so far. It's all going to be about the exit here, because Granty Boy is going to have DRS. Patterson looks to be pulling away. Maybe he's saved up his ERS here to make a brilliant defence, but you can see the gap is getting narrower as we head down into the entry of the Ascari chicane. It's not going to happen on this lap, it seems, unless he can do something on the Parabolica. Woolsey retires. Woolsey was running in 6th. That's a gutting situation there for the Alfa Romeo driver. So, sorry, we're going to keep on board with Granty and Patterson, because at the moment it's a brilliant drive from Patterson to keep him behind, and I think that's maybe a bit of him trying to break the toe there, trying to throw him offline. He's got the DRS down here though, start-finish straight. It looks like Granty is going to get the move done going into turn 1, and this is where it matters. Now can Patterson find it within him to try and mount a fight back here on the final lap? This is gripping. And Mogi as well, it should be said, isn't out of the podium chances yet. He's only 0.7 back, so he has the chance. Patterson now needs to try and find something though, as Granty is starting to pull away, and it looks like that chance of the win might have just left the hands of the Renault driver. And yet it looks like Granty's pulled out over a second gap, so he's not going to have the DRS to help him out either, and that gap is only getting bigger. So good effort there from Patterson, but not quite enough. So I think in that case we will ride on board with Mogi then, who finds himself 0.6 of a second behind. He's going to have DRS assistance here, heading down into the Ascari chicane, hunting down Albert here, praying for maybe a mistake. He goes deep into the entry there, just needs a good exit here, and no DRS now to help him out. It's going to be a very tight run to the finish with these two. He's going to have a little bit of slipstream to help him out. The gap is under 2/10 here. It's who about... it's just, is he going to make a late move here, a late lunge? Nope. He's going to play it steady, and unfortunately he's going to go meatball marinara-less for another week. Anger slide that was. Definitely an anger slide. But a good race. I'll tell you what we've got to give a shout to as well. Joseph Morados, 5th. Cracking. Darren Jacobs, my wallet switched. Oh, squeaky bum time if there ever was one there. But I'll tell you what, that was the first race in a while where we've actually had to see Granty Boy really put in a solid performance on the last couple of laps to secure the win, and just shown his class once again there to get the job done on the final lap. You know, kept it cool, didn't make a late move, you know, just waited until his chance, and he got that chance on the start-finish straight, and then from then onwards he pulled out a 2-second gap in one lap, so you knew the pace was there. It was just a matter of getting past Patterson, and you've got to give fair play to Patterson for keeping him behind for so long after that restart. It really looked like he might have had a chance there to get a win. Joseph Morados. Easy. Yeah, easy. Back of the grid to fifth. Yeah, that's an easy win there for Joseph Morados. Well done, buddy. You earned that. Yep, plenty of incidents, plenty to avoid, but he's done bits there. Pretty much sums it up, yeah. So Grant continues dominance. He's how many wins in a row now? Hang on, let me just count them up for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. 11. Need to sort him out. Sorry, it's not 11 wins in a row. It was 9 wins in a row. No, it's 10 wins in a row because he didn't actually win in Holland, did he? That was Osborne. He's the only other victor we've had so far. Oh, imagine that for a story. Clinging on to it already, I reckon. When's the DVD come out? It's a bit like Spurs whenever anything good happens to them. Make a DVD. Anyways. Oh, bottoms up beer. Oh. Well, we made a Netflix documentary about it. No, Amazon Prime, wasn't it? So. Yeah, never mind. Anyways, let's stop talking about Spurs. We're rubbish. We're never going to win a trophy ever again. So that's that sorted. Cracking evening racing then. So I've thoroughly enjoyed these two races. Although I don't like Abu Dhabi as a track, and I still don't like it. It did give us a very entertaining race. But that ending there to the Italian race. Wow. Yes, that every week, please, if we can. So fantastic job, guys. Yeah, I'll do. Right. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye now.